Stam Garden Center, your one-stop shop for spring. Transform your indoor and outdoor space with our stunning selection. Visit us today, open 9 to 6, Monday through Saturday, located at 2421 Highway 92, Oskaloosa.
The Ruckus is bringing the party to the Metro, June 7th and 8th at Adventureland Resort, with Friday headliner Chris Young.
I've got some famous
Saturday headliner Jake Owen.
yeah, caught up in a southern summer.
Russell Dickerson, Maddie and Tay, Lauren Elena, Brian Kelly, and more. Festival tickets include access to the theme park and water park. Get your tickets at ruckusiowa.com.
Use code word Steve for 25% discount for weekend VIP and weekend general admission tickets.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, it's time for the thousands listening locally and the millions listening around the world. Ladies and gentlemen, let's get ready to shuffle!
And good morning to you, and you. It's time to Shetler on Steve Shetler Media. The morning wake up brought to us by Stam Garden Center and Nursery along Highway 92 East Oskaloosa, where you can experience the color Monday through Saturday, 9 to 6, closed on Sundays. Stam Garden Center and Nursery. They sponsor our morning wake up. And we broadcast live from the Oski Dental Studios. Schedule your appointment with the good doctors, Schuster and Drawn, at 641-673-4845. They're accepting new patients. They're going to file all your insurance forms for you. Delta Dental Provider at 902 South 17th Street, Oskaloosa. We thank the Oski Dental Studios and Stam Garden Center and Nursery for sponsoring our stuff here on the morning wake up. Let's go to the forecast. It's brought to us by the Garden Gate at 105 South Jefferson in Sigourney. Monday through Friday, they're open 9 to 5, Saturday 9 to noon at 105 South Jefferson Street in Sigourney. Today, beautiful sunshine, a high of 77. Southeast winds anywhere from 5, maybe to 20 miles per hour. Tonight, clouds will move in, low of 57. Tomorrow, there is a 50% chance of some showers, maybe a thunderstorm. Cloudy skies, a high of 78. Tomorrow night, we'll have a 60% chance of showers and storms and a low of 59. Saturday, a 30% chance of showers, partly sunny, and 78. Right now, we look at our current conditions in southeast Iowa. Humidity at 83%. Winds are east at 5 miles per hour. The barometer is at 30.15 and 52 degrees currently in southeast Iowa. Your weather is sponsored by the Garden Gate in Sigourney. Earlier this morning, we put up our This or That. It's brought to us every weekday morning at 6 a.m. by Stacy Flynn at the Legacy Insurance Group and Welcome Realty in Sigourney. And which one would you choose? This or that? Salad or sandwich? I'm going with the sandwich on that one. I'll take a little meat and cheese, please. Salad or sandwich are this or that for today. Make sure you scroll back through your Facebook timeline and comment on that. Coming up later on today, we'll have our question of the day. It's brought to us by Amy's Salon House and Spa in Sigourney. 202 North Main. Call or text for an appointment, 641-622-3772. And what's your biggest fear? That is our question for today. Could it be snakes? Spiders? Ooh. Heights? Or tornadoes? Or something else? I mean, those are just some options. I just want to, kind of get your brain working on what's your biggest fear. So make sure you comment on that when that goes up at noon today on Steve Shuttler Media Facebook. What else we got going on? Coming up tomorrow at Barnwired in Sigourney, we'll have our Iowa Music Showcase as the group Rural Route will be coming to town tomorrow from 11:30 to noon. Live interview, live original music tomorrow at Barnwired in Sigourney. Catch it live and in person. Be part of the live audience. Check that out at Barnwired, or be part of the live audience on Facebook, YouTube, or Twitter. It's up to you. However you want to do it, however you want to join us, check out the Iowa Music Showcase tomorrow, 11:30 to noon. On Saturday morning, we'll have the sports section live from Brothers Market in Sigourney. Our summer host, Mitch Eslick, will be hosting, and we'll be talking to some local and area sports figures. So make sure you tune in Saturday morning at 8 a.m. Of course, Tuesdays, we always are at Smoky Row in Oskaloosa for our local racing show, Tuesday Night Tune-Up TNT. And that comes to you Tuesday evenings, 7 p.m., Smoky Row in Oskaloosa through the middle of August. I believe Safe Grafke will be back next Tuesday to be our host. Curtis Vanderwall always helping out as well, so tune in on Tuesday nights. What else we got going on? Do want to throw in some community calendar events. Let's get to some of those. It's a ways away, but the 4th of July coming up. We're almost through May. Now, we've got, 2 days left in May. So June, just a stone's throw away. And then July will be here before you know it. July 4th will be coming up. There's your Sigourney schedule of events. Of course, it's always a full time of events, family-friendly events throughout the 4th of July holiday. Sigourney, a great small town place to be for the 4th of July. So that's a Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. Events all through that stretch of the 4th of July in Sigourney. Coming up this weekend in Keota, the 25th Annual Keota Education Foundation Golf Outing. That comes up on Sunday, starting at 11 a.m. Take advantage of that. And then also in Oskaloosa, Mahaska County Conservation, the bow fishing basics. That comes up on Thursday, June 20th from 6 to 7 at the ELC, the Environmental Learning Center. Get a hold of the Mahaska County Conservation for more information on that. That's coming up on June 20th. Also wanted to point it out, this is just kind of an extra bonus for today. Check that out in case you missed my picture that I put up last evening. Sigourney's Carly Goodwin. What an athlete. She's a special athlete, as I mentioned in the post last evening. Carly Goodwin, now earlier this year, she scored 1,000 career points in basketball. I happened to be broadcasting that game. It was at Keota, and Carly got her 1,000th point. So just the other night then, Carly Goodwin got 1,000 strikeouts in softball. So if there's a ball involved, whether it be a basketball, baseball, I'm not sure what else Carly is involved with sports-wise, but she excels. Of course, she's going on to UNI to play softball, and you can obviously tell why. 1,000 strikeouts in her career. Congratulations to Carly. She's a 1,000 athlete in Sigourney. I don't know how many times that's been done, not only in Sigourney, but just in the state of Iowa. I mean, that's a pretty rare accomplishment. So, double thousands for Carly Goodwin from Sigourney High School. Congratulations to her. Also want to point out, now you've been seeing the last couple of days commercials for The Ruckus, this big country music event in Altoona at Adventureland. It's coming right up next weekend. Let's show you the lineup here. That's Friday, June 7th, Saturday, June 8th at Adventureland in Altoona. Chris Young, Jake Owen, Brian Kelly, Russell Dickerson, tons of folks. June 7th and 8th. It's called The Ruckus. It used to be Guthrie's River Ruckus, if you're familiar with that. Now, they changed locations. They're at Adventureland this year. But in case you missed it, at the end of the commercial, if you get tickets, if you haven't gotten your tickets yet, use the code word Steve when you check out with your purchase online and save 25%. I mean, that's a heck of a deal. And when you do that, not only are you saving yourself a bunch of money, but you're also telling them that you saw the ad here on Steve Shuttler Media, which helps me out in the future. So if you're going to go to the Ruckus in Altoona at Adventureland next weekend, make sure you use Steve as your code word and get that 25% discount. That's a big deal. So great country music. Again, the lineup, your headliners are Chris Young and Jake Owens. So use that code when you check out and take advantage of that. Trying to think if I've gotten everything out of the way. I think I have. So let's do this. Let's bring my ugly mug back on the screen. And a good morning to you, Bubby, Nancy, Sherry, Sandy, Dixie, Tamra, Dale, Renee, Cindy, Sherry, and Dan. Dan, you're late this morning. Where are you at? You had all these other people beat you, Dan. Come on, man. You're usually on top of things. Just kidding. Glad to have everybody, each and every one of you, hanging out with me this morning on the Morning Wake Up, brought to us by Stam Garden Center and Nursery from the Oski Dental Studios. Let's go ahead and do some birthdays. Happy birthday. Happy birthday. Happy birthday. Happy birthday to you. Celebrity and hometown birthdays brought to us by Hometown Real Estate. Nikki Leathers, the broker, owner, and realtor. Easy for me to say, realtor. I know some people like to say realtor. I think that's just weird, though. It's realtor. Give her a call, 641-295-4142, hometown-re.com, for everything you need to know about hometown real estate. Celebrity and hometown birthdays. We'll start with the hometown side. As Cindy already said in the comments this morning, hometown birthdays, local and area birthdays, includes Sam Menke, who Cindy says is 22 today. So happy birthday to you, Sam. We've got Dr. Kyle Ford, a friend of mine. He has his birthday today. Michelle Purdom from Legacy Real Estate Group in Oskaloosa. Michelle, happy birthday to you. And then Pastor Tommy Wilkins also has a birthday today. So happy birthday to you folks, our hometown birthdays. Others on the other side of the things here, we've got celebrity birthdays. That includes the actor Ted McGinley, 66. Now, if his name doesn't necessarily ring a bell with you, Ted McGinley was Roger from Happy Days, and he also had a role in Married with Children. Ted McGinley is 66. Country singer Wynonna Judd is 60 years old, the big 6-0. Rocker Tom Morello is also 60 years old. He was with Rage Against the Machine and Audio Slave. Actress and singer Idina, is that how you say it? Idina? Or is it Idina Menzel? What's the song she sings? Is it the Let It Go song? Let it go, let it go. She's 53. And then CeeLo Green, rapper. I think he was on The Voice when it started. 50 years old for CeeLo Green today. Those are your celebrity and hometown birthdays brought to us by Hometown Real Estate. Now, on this date in history, which today is Thursday, May 20th, on this date, 1431. Joan of Arc, it was a bad day to be Joan. Joan of Arc was burned at the stake on this date in 1431. On this date in 1783, the Pennsylvania Evening Post became the first daily newspaper published in the U.S. It was on this date in 1821, the rubber fire hose was patented. It was on this date in 1848, the ice cream freezer was invented. And then it was also on this date, 1981, the compact disc, the CD, was born on this date in 1981. All right, so let's move on to our calendar, our daily calendar. Today is World Multiple Sclerosis Day. It's National Creativity Day. Be creative today. It's Loomis Day. I don't know what that is. It's National Mint Julep Day. It's National Hole in My Bucket Day. And it's also National Water a Flower Day. I've been watering our flowers. I got a little hair by my nose this morning. It's bugging me. A little fuzz or something attached to my little bit of a mustache, and it's itching my nose. So National Water a Flower Day. I am the official flower waterer at the Shetler household. All right, so those are your days. Let's go ahead and hear from our sponsor once again, which is Stam Garden Center and Nursery.
Stam Garden Center, your one-stop shop for spring. Transform your indoor and outdoor space with our stunning selection. Visit us today, open 9 to 6, Monday through Saturday, located at 2421 Highway 92, Oskaloosa.
Tassel Ridge also offers 9 different rosé wines that range from dry to semi-sweet and on to fully sweet wines. All are very fruity and all can be chilled and sipped or served with spicy dishes like Asian stir-fries, Mexican, and Moroccan couscous. Where white wines may not have enough body for all consumers or for all meals, red wines may have too much flavor. A rosé has more body and flavor than does a white, but less than a red wine. Our driest rosé is St. Croix Rosé. The semi-sweet rosés are American Pink Catawba, Oskey Fazanti Red, Sweet Roxy Red, and Iowa Steuben. The sweetest rosés are Oskey Fazanti Pink, Oskey Fazanti Cranberry, Cranberry Wine, and Rocket's Glare Rosé. When asked for my favorite, I usually think of Iowa Steuben. Iowa Steuben is a very fruity, semi-sweet rosé that is very popular. It's also versatile since it can be chilled and sipped, or it can also be used to complement many foods.
Muse Music Store and Mahaska County Conservation Board presents Eveland Access Summerfest Music by the River 2024. June 1st from noon to 10 p.m. featuring 8 musical artists with live music, activities like bingo, sand volleyball, and cornhole, food, and much, much more. It's a free event at the Eveland Access Campgrounds at 2890 Galveston Avenue, Oskaloosa. Bring a friend and have a lot of fun at the Eveland Access Summerfest 2024 Music by the River. June 1st from noon to 10 at the Eveland Access Campgrounds. Hey, that event coming up this weekend at the Eveland Access Campgrounds Summerfest. It's going to be fun. Tons of great local and area and Iowa artists and even beyond Iowa. So yeah, check that out. What's the forecast look like on Saturday? There's a slight chance of some showers in the morning. After that, man, they got a nice day on Saturday with a high of 78, clear skies on Saturday night. So zero reason not to get to that big event at the Eveland Access Summerfest Music by the River. Check that out. We thank Stam Garden Center and Nursery for sponsoring our morning wake up. We broadcast from the Oskey Dental Studios. Let's hit that magical music and do some things you need to know. Yeah. Come on. Woo-hoo. Things you need to know. All charges against golfer Scotty Scheffler, not to be confused with Steve Shetler. Scotty Scheffler All charges were dropped on Wednesday after a Kentucky prosecutor said the high-profile arrest amounted to a big misunderstanding. The world's number one ranked player was arrested May 17th in Louisville during the PGA Championship for not following police orders while they were investigating a fatal accident. So those charges dropped. How about golfer Rory McIlroy? Lots of golf news today. Lots of storylines to follow you. Golfer Rory McIlroy and CBS Sports reporter Amanda Balionis are not dating, supposedly, and only have a professional relationship, according to Us Weekly. Now, McIlroy, 35, filed for divorce from his wife. Rumors swirled that he had moved on to the sports reporter, but evidently that's not the case, huh? If you care. Something you needed to know this morning. Other things you need to know. Selena Gomez, the fourth most followed person on Instagram worldwide, has lost nearly 425,000 followers since Justin and Hailey Bieber announced their pregnancy. Why do those things coincide? Analysis of Social Blade data carried out has revealed that while Selena lost followers, both Justin and Hailey gained followers. So there you go. Zac Brown of the Zac Brown Band has filed a lawsuit against his estranged wife to get her to remove an Instagram post from her account, claiming the post has severely damaged his reputation. I'm not in the loop on what's going on there, but I'm going to have to look into it now, see what these salacious stuff on Instagram is. How about Dollar Tree? Dollar Tree has announced it has acquired leases for 170 99-cents only stores. Is that like another Dollar Tree type of store? 99 cents only? Again, 170 of those stores getting bought up by Dollar Tree out of bankruptcy. So Dollar Tree will be expanding. DuPont, the company that goes back to 1802, has announced that it is splitting up into 3 separate companies. DuPont. Let's see here. How about more golf news? Grayson Murray, of course, he's the golfer that unfortunately committed suicide, suspected from carbon monoxide poisoning, according to the Daily Mail. The 30-year-old golfer's Palm Beach Gardens townhouse supposedly filled with the exhaust fumes from his Land Rover, left running in the ground floor garage. His parents called it a suicide, so sad news, but confirming how he passed away. Donald Trump news, because he's always in the news. E. Jean Carroll's lawyers have hinted that a new defamation lawsuit could be quote-unquote on the table after Donald Trump attacked her yet again in one of his latest Truth Social rants. So Donald Trump's always going to have lawsuits. It's just the way it is. If there's no lawsuits, somebody will make something up to sue Donald Trump over. It's life. How about Disney? They have released a trailer for the movie Moana 2. I have yet to see Moana 1, but Moana 2 in the works. Let's see here. The Son of Sam serial killer, David Berkowitz, was denied parole for the 12th time last week. He's now 70 years old. I'd say it's looking pretty slim chances, pretty bad for the Son of Sam to be getting out of jail. Other stuff. Elmer Sonny Boyd, the last surviving Dallas police detective who investigated the 1963 assassination of President John F. Kennedy and took Lee Harvey Oswald into custody, died last Friday at the age of 96. Mel B's ex-husband, Stephen Belafonte, is suing her for defamation. Basically, he wants $5 million to go away. I mean, I'll go away for $1 million, Mel, if you want to pay me some money. As of yesterday, statistics. Love that word. Statistics. As of yesterday, statistics for the Negro Leagues were merged with those of the Major League Baseball records, which resulted actually in some new all-time records. I don't know. Shouldn't there be like an asterisk? I mean, if they were different leagues. So, I mean, obviously those players deserve to be recognized, but they weren't playing against each other. So they're separate, you know. Josh Gibson now passes Ty Cobb as the all-time career leader in batting average and moved ahead of Babe Ruth for slugging percentage and OPS. I'm not sure what OPS is, but those stats, Negro League and Major League Baseball combined now. One last thing that you need to know, Patricia Richardson says the reason that Home Improvement, the TV show, didn't make it to season 9 is because they were only offering her half of what they were going to pay Tim Allen. So I guess she's claiming that she's the reason that Home Improvement didn't continue. I don't know. I find that hard to believe. I mean, Tim Allen was the guy that made that show go. So, whatever, Pat. Let's go to today's impossible question. Today's impossible question. Oh, it's not impossible. If you think long and hard, you'll get it. 8% of people have done this when relatives come to visit. What do you think? 8% of people have done this when relatives come to visit. All right, good morning to you, Dodie. Good morning, Lori, Chad, Pat, and Penny. Thanks for joining in this morning here on the Morning Wake Up, brought to us by Stam Garden Center and Nursery from the Oski Dental Studios. Today's impossible question, 8% of people have done this when relatives come to visit. It is sleep in tents. They've given up their home and their bed to sleep in a tent when relatives come to visit. I wouldn't do that. I'm selfish. I need my beauty sleep, people. I'm not giving up my bed to go sleep in a tent just because somebody's visiting. I'll help pay for your hotel room if I need to, but I'm staying in my own bed, thank you. Let's get weird.
That is weird.
In the weird, it's always hot in India. New Delhi hit a new record the other day. They hit 123 degrees Fahrenheit. The Indian capital's hottest day ever. 123 degrees. That is hot. How about this? We're going to put this next story up as my weird news story on Facebook at 1 o'clock this afternoon. North Korea's balloon drop called a vulgar act. You know why? It's because the balloons are full of poop. Poopy balloons. Let's see here. Apparently that's what fell. Poop balloons. That's what fell from the sky over South Korea, which has pointed a finger at the north and warned residents to remain indoors. Remain indoors. Poop balloons falling from the sky. The BBC reports at least 260 white balloons attached to plastic bags holding filthy waste and trash ended up falling on 8 of the country's 9 provinces. So if you're in South Korea and you're watching this, and I know viewership in South Korea is just through the roof, stay under a roof, especially if you see a white balloon hovering overhead. It's full of poop. North Korea poop, in fact. Let's go to some other weird news. An aviation expert has claimed to identify the final resting place of Malaysia Airlines flight MH370, proposing that the aircraft was intentionally crashed by a suicidal pilot. Simon Hardy, a Boeing 777 pilot from Britain who participated in the search for the plane back in 2015, suggested that the captain of the plane executed a deliberate ditching of the plane into the southern Indian Ocean. So, if you're following that story. Other weird news. A man accused of running naked. See me? I'm naked. A man accused of running naked down the aisle of an Australian domestic flight, knocking down a flight attendant, and forcing the plane to turn back, was arrested by police at the airport, according to officials on Tuesday. The incident happened early in what was scheduled to be a 3.5-hour flight. This is going from Perth to Melbourne. Not clear how or where on the plane the passenger removed his clothes. But they were like, no, we're not putting up with this for 3.5 hours. We'll just turn around and get rid of the naked guy. So, don't get naked on airplanes. That's your lesson of the day. Other weird news, an SUV parked in Van Nuys parking lot on Thursday night suddenly exploded after the driver lit a cigarette next to some propane canisters that he stored inside. Duh. This could have been our duh story for today. Firefighters and police rushed to a supermarket parking lot after receiving a call that the SUV had exploded. So, another lesson for the day. Don't light a cigarette next to a propane canister. It'll blow up and you'll die. One last weird news story. The Houston Police Department investigating the death of a woman whose remains were found inside of an alligator's jaws on Tuesday morning near Clear Lake. This is down by Houston. Police found the woman, believed to be in her 60s, on the banks of the bayou. She had been reported missing Monday night. Police were searching for her. Well, they found her inside of an alligator. How about that? How about that? Let's go to the files of law and disorder. In some disorder, as passengers, we'll go back to the airlines. As passengers waited for their Phoenix to New York flight to pull away from the gate, an American Airlines employee allegedly walked through the plane and asked 8 men to deplane, to get off the plane, without explanation. A federal lawsuit filed by 3 of those men on Wednesday accuses the airline of blatant race discrimination. They claim the 8 men asked to deplane, who did not know each other, realized they were all black and accounted for all the black men on that flight back in January. The men say they were told they would not be permitted back on the flight and would have to be rebooked. They allege that the employee responded to their questions by saying their removal was prompted by another attendant's complaint about offensive body odor. So we'll see what happens. Stinky people on an airplane. Shall we do something good? Let's do something that'll make you smile.
Something that makes you smile.
All right, something to make you smile, brought to you by Dr. Stacy Freeze at Lifetime Dental Solutions. If you're searching for a dentist in Sigourney, give her a call, 641-622-2669. Accepting new patients, Lifetime Dental Solutions, Dr. Stacy Freeze. Something to make you smile. A gal's name is Carrie Cronin, and her journey is a testament to remarkable resilience. Now, this full story goes up on my Facebook page, coming up here in just a few minutes at 7:45 if you want to read it. The short version is Carrie Cronin was diagnosed with stage 4 non-Hodgkin's lymphoma at the age of 25 during her second year at a medical school. She faced a daunting prognosis, but she persevered. Despite undergoing chemo and numerous challenges, Cronin graduated from medical school and is now in remission, aiming to become an oncologist to help other cancer patients like herself. Good story. Makes you feel good. Again, she had stage 4 lymphoma and is now a doctor herself, helping other people with cancer. So that'll make you smile. Something to make you smile. Brought to us by Dr. Stacy Freeze at Lifetime Dental Solutions. Let's go ahead and wrap this up with some
Duh.
duh.
Duh. Duh. Duh.
Let me get a drink here. Straight off the mountain, Diet Mountain Dew. Here's your headline for my moment of duh today. A guy with suspended license was driving during a court call. Here's the story. When Michigan man Corey Harris joined a court Zoom call in a case involving driving with a suspended license, the judge had an immediate question for him. He asked, "Are you driving?" Again, this guy had a suspended license. Harris says, quote, "Actually, I'm pulling into my doctor's office, so just give me 1 second. I'm parking right now." What an idiot. Long story short, Harris was not only violating the law by driving with a suspended license, he was also holding his cell phone while driving, which is illegal in Michigan. He was ordered to go to the county jail by 6 p.m. that evening. You are an idiot.
Duh. 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 Duh.
That is your moment of duh. That is your morning wake up here on Steve Shuttler Media. Let's see here. Coming up on this Thursday, we'll have In Remembrance Of at 8 a.m. Also coming up, we'll have the Sigourney Public Library video at 10 a.m. As I look at the schedule today, 4 o'clock is always The Great Outdoors with Laura DeCook. We'll have the Heartland Humane Society Weekly Pet coming up this evening at 6. We'll get to Successful Farming. We'll get Morgan You Asked For, the Sports and More podcast in video form at 7. And, of course, all of our normal Facebook stuff going up on Steve Shuttler Media. We do thank Stam Garden Center and Nursery for sponsoring our morning wake up, where you can experience the color Monday through Saturday, 9 to 6, closed on Sundays just outside of Oskaloosa. And, of course, we broadcast from the Oski Dental Studios, 641-673-4845. One last look at our forecast for today. Going to be a good one, a nice one. Sunshine and a high of 77. Southeast winds could gust up to 20 miles per hour. All righty, that'll do it for today. You guys have a great Thursday. Otherwise, we'll see you back here tomorrow morning at 7 a.m.